Today I'm heading out here to solve a mystery that's been happening to me. Trying to hold zero on my coyote rifle, switching the silencer code, hybrid suppressor from one gun to the next. I've been having a few slingers. That ends today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Been having a lot of trouble taking my suppressor off my coyote rifle, moving it to the daytime coyote rifle, and now I'm getting into the groundhog hunting and so on and so forth. But I've had the direct thread for the silencer co hybrid, just screwing it on the rifle, taking it off and putting it on another gun, and it seemed like my daytime gun held true, my bolt gun, but my nighttime AR-10, for whatever reason, was off 2 or 3 inches every time I put it back on. So I got fed up with that, did a little bit of research, and bought a pretty cool little attachment. We're going to switch to the QD mount today, silencer co suppressor Bravo. So we'll see how this goes. Going to mount it up today, show you all what I got going on with that, put it on, go hunting tonight. Stick with me. What I've got to do in order to make this mount work, this Bravo mount for the hybrid, is I've got to install muzzle brake on my weapon. Now the muzzle brake is just going to act as a connector point for this Bravo. So there's what the muzzle brake looks like. Now you're able to still fire your weapon even with, after the muzzle brake is installed. So they recommend that you put the air relief pointing out to the side, because if you point it down like that and you shoot, blow up a lot of dust and stuff in your face. I will never shoot this gun without the suppressor, but just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing on to where it distributes the compression out the sides. So you might ask, well, how do you do that? So they have given us some washers in the kit. So you got to do a little trial and error fit on the threads to get everything just right. So we're going to start by taking off the direct thread mount that I have on the gun. You can see that, and this is a tool that came with the hybrid. Take that off. So they've given me some type of rock set contact that came with the muzzle brake. I think you guys can see that. So the trick is, make sure you use your washers and just dry run your muzzle brake onto the gun before you get into the rock set. Once you figure out your threads that you're going to need, here's these washers. I'm going to dump these out right here. Ultimately, like I said, you're going to want this to end up basically blowing everything out the side, not up and down. So we'll start out with a couple just different types of washers here. I'm going to put that on the thread. And then you got to get thread specific. This particular one is 5/8 by, I think it's 24. Yeah, 5/8 by 24. It's made for this AR-10. So like I said, just get it started. All right, I want to show y'all something. I'm going to skip through a lot of this, but I used a couple washers right there. That's not what we want. I'm turning the gun sideways. So trial number 1 is not what we want. Catch back with you guys in a minute when I find the right pattern. Okay, now that we've got the right application for the threads, we're going to apply our rock set. They gave you 2 containers per, or at least I got 2 in this one. I don't think it's quite going to take 2 containers, but we're just going to go ahead and put this on the thread like so. Gonna get some good comments out of that. Anyways, crank her down there, you're really gonna start to see the excess start to go to the end. All right, now we're gonna take our wrench once again and crank her down. Like she needs just a little bit more turn. We are good. Now, you'll see that's what we're after. Here's a little bit better angle from the side. Now everything's gonna come out the side. And if you were shooting in the prone position and this were turned facing toward the ground, it'll get a lot of dust and stuff fly up in your face. So, like I said, I'll never shoot this without the suppressor. Let me show you how this mount works on this thing. First time I'm ever gonna use it. I don't know how much time you give this to set, but I cranked it down pretty tight, so it should be good. I only ended up using 3 of those washers, guys. And unfortunately, they're not really set up where I can tell you what application to use. It's just kind of trial and error per your rifle. So I ended up with 3 of them left. I used 3 of them. I'm gonna put them back in the container because I've got more rifles that I'm gonna do this to. Matter of fact, anything that I'm gonna shoot suppressed, I'm gonna get these muzzle brakes or flash suppressors, which both work for the hybrid. Put these back in here and we'll move on to this other attachment. Now the next thing we're gonna do is attach the Bravo mount to the hybrid 46, and it will stay on there from now on as far as I'm concerned. We're gonna talk about this too. You see the lock? There's the lock, and there's the unlock function. So I'm gonna walk you through this. We're gonna screw it on the barrel. Make sure it's always in the unlocked position while you screw it on. Then when you get it on, you're going to turn this and go to the lock position. This has to be checked every time. When you take it on and off, it's very important. And it will not come off if you do it correctly. So notice it's in the unlocked position. Threads on the inside. Threads here. And then it's got threads on this side, which mount into the suppressor. So let's do that first. So here is the inside of the suppressor, and here is the Bravo mount. So what we're going to do, normally I put a little grease inside there. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. It's probably preference to however you want to do it, but there is a little bit of grease in there. So I'm just going to put this in and start to tighten it down. Just hand tight. Okay. Now that we've got that mounted, you see what it looks like there? We're gonna put this onto the gun and then lock it in place. Here we go. Goes on. All right. I just turned it on. Hand tight. Now, I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you guys how to lock this down. Got the suppressor on. We got one more thing to do. The most important thing, I guess you'd say. You see we got it unlocked here. We need to spin it around to the lock position. I'm gonna see if I can do that with one hand. And I did. And there it is. There is the correct way. It will not come off per Silencer Co. Fling a couple rounds. I think I'm gonna like it pretty good once I get the other flash hiders and everything on the other rifles. I'll be able to switch to the groundhog rifle and the daytime coyote rifle without any doubt. I just had too much doubt here lately where I've been switching and I've had a little bit of change in point of impact, and I can't do that with what I do, the accuracy that I need. So we're gonna go out on a night hunt tonight, a coyote hunt, and I want to make sure this thing is dead on. I got that target. It might be 125 yards. It's hard to tell out here. It's probably 100. We're gonna get set up and switch the cameras up, get the tripod set up, take some shots. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Try to keep it everything predator hunting, but I do like to smash some groundhogs and other small game, turkey and different things. Tag along with us, like and subscribe. We got a lot of predator hunting content on here. Just out having fun. Ain't trying to make a name for nobody. Just doing what I've always done. Bringing y'all along for the ride. The video part is new. Been doing it about 3 years. Everything else, it's in the blood. We'll see you next week.